Just let you know I had to fight for my life for the last like 2 hours playing Rivals. Won the matches, but God, were they difficult. Like, just look at this amazing portal on this map. Do you guys see this portal? Incredible portal. But look at what my Iron Fist home. Water Rosetta is coming out tonight. Well, I guess I shouldn't say Water Rosetta because we already have one Water Rosetta. So Double S Rosetta is coming out tonight. Not that she's in like Double S tier, it's just that she's Star Swordswoman Rosetta. Or I guess you could say SSR. And with her coming out, I definitely want to talk about her and say, you know, if you should summon or if you should not, spend alch on her, whatever, you know, the whole ordeal is. Because not only is she like a relatively strong character, her banner is looking very promising. And, you know, this isn't like a character that comes out in GS and is just kind of whatever, you just kind of write her off. She's a very good unit. She is kind of like this magic support character, but she does do quite a bit of damage as well. As you see with her true art here, we got Arch Shin on the art. This is type B, however, so keep that in mind. She also does do a burst of Arch Shin as well if you are running her alongside other water allies, but it has to be used during Magia Drive or Magia Drive Unlimited. If it's not in Magia Drive or Magia Drive Unlimited, then you just get the regular 4 arts per second for 25 seconds. The super art, when used during Magia Drive Unlimited, you get big damage, and every time you use the super art, you permanently increase all allies' magic damage by 100% up to a maximum of 300%. Now, how do you activate the Magia Drive? You gotta use the super art. If you use the super art while you're not in Magia Drive, you increase your own arts by 150 and enter Magia Drive. Enter Magia Drive Unlimited if your HP is above 85% HP. So this is a character that wants to be as topped up as possible. We also have during Magia Drive, she increases her own arts by 7 per second, and when your own HP falls below 30%, you exit out of Magia Drive. She also has her Magia Drive Unlimited passive, which states she increases her own crit rate and crit damage by 100%. When own HP falls below 60% though, you exit out of Magia Drive Unlimited. She also increases all demon ally stats by 30% as another passive on her. Just off of that alone, I'm not gonna lie to you, this character is cracked out of her freaking mind. This is a incredible version of Rosetta. It's kind of like the perfect version of her in my opinion, because the only other one that I would say was worth anything was really the summer one. But now that we got this one, oh my goodness, dude, what a support character and what a powerhouse. In all honesty, you can throw her on any mono water team. Of course, you will want to use her with mainly magic characters, but if you don't use her with magic characters, then the only issue really is that the super art is only going to benefit her, which still is useful because she has that innate crit rate plus the 100% crit damage. But pretty much the game plan here is to rush into her super art, get the Magia Drive online. As soon as you get the Magia Drive online, you can instantly start going off with the true art to get the crazy healing. Plus, if you're running her on a water team, then you get the burst of Arch Shin as well. Well, I said crazy healing, my bad, Arch Generation. Even if you aren't running her on a mono water team, it's still great to go into the true art instantly because you do get the overtime Arch Gen, and the 40 art gauge is gonna benefit her. If this wasn't enough, of course, you do have her own true weapon, which is called 7th Artemis. I really hope they keep this name because this is really freaking cool. I haven't seen what it is in game yet, but if it's not 7th Artemis, then I'm going to be upset. This states, as a passive on Rosetta, you increase your own arts by 150 at the start of the quest. Mind you, this is a 5-star magic, so you can run this and then run like a True EX Gate just to really supercharge her, or, you know, anything that you really want in that 5-star support slot, and then boom, you have it. So of course, I can keep going on and on about this kit, but let's actually talk about, you know, how to put this into practice. With this Star Swordsman Rosetta, she is, like I said, just a crazy powerhouse of a support. So one of the best things that you can do here if you're a brand new player, let's say you started, like I said, during Touhou, let's say you have Reimu for an example. Reimu is a great support character too. She can still Arch Shin with this Rosetta, even though she's not a human ally, because it's not like she doesn't give the Arcade to non-humans. She gives it to everybody. It's just her Arch Shin scales up right with human allies. So in theory here, you could run Reimu alongside Marissa if you wanted to, and these two characters are going to be like, you know, your bulk of damage, and then you have this Rosetta alongside them that's going to be able to give them tons of Arch Shin, not to mention additional damage because she does increase that magic damage, right? And then if you have like, really, I mean, it kind of sucks because you guys don't really have like a good taunt tank or anything, but, you know, maybe throw a Sandstone in there if you have the, you know, choice ticket, or if you did luck out and find some way, somehow, a random taunt tank or something else. I don't know. Maybe you started your account, you bought your account. I have no clue. You know, I'm not judging. Maybe you guys taunt tank that you can throw in there, and then there you go, you know. So there's a lot of ways to do it as a newer player, and like I said, you can really slot her in anywhere. Even if you like summon for the new emperors and stuff, still going to be great. Just be careful because this Rosetta is a type B archgener, so she will not stack with the emperor since they are type B as well. If you don't know about archgen types, I'll leave a card on screen. Whenever the video ends, I'll have an end screen card that takes you over to my archgen guide, because you need to know about that if you are starting to play the game right now. But what about for us vets? What's like the thought process here with this new water Rosetta? And man, dude, I'm telling you, you can be cooking with this unit. Ooh, Lord Jesus. To be honest, with mono water, the first thing that I'm thinking of, Ice Witch Celia, Sayaka, Rosetta. You can do beta if you want to, because that's just more damage, but you already have Sayaka there, so I don't think you really got to worry about DR anymore. If you want a bit more like magic damage stuff going on, you could use Summer Ilia. If you wanted magic res down, you could go with something like Orstella Orbis. You could also use something like Momo. Momo's very good. Gonna be hitting really hard, Momo will, alongside this Rosetta. That team right there, so good. You got the Celia to make Sayaka pretty much immune to all effects in the game, unless, of course, there's some type of effect res down on her. Sayaka's going to tank everything in the game, and if she doesn't, you know, she has 2 revives. You have Blessed Necklace on her, 3 or possibly even more, depending on how many Blessed Necklaces you have on the team. You got water res down here. You got tons of damage ups, right? Like, just such a good team with this entire ordeal right here. Even if you're not someone who has like a lot of these magical characters for mono water, you could easily go with more of a standard route, I guess you would say, or more of like a physical damage route. I would say you go with Hoka, get the crazy amount of arc gauge plus the crit damage. We love the crit damage over here. You can go with like a Shiro Emiya or a Beta. I personally just think Sayaka is always the greatest, or Toma, just so they can make sure that SS Rosetta never gets hit. And then for the last character, you know, you can really go crazy and just put whoever you want. But truly, this character fits anywhere. This Rosetta is absolutely worth the pickup and absolutely worth the AUG. I recommend you guys summon on this banner. Not only do I recommend you guys summon on this banner, just for this Rosetta, I recommend you do it because this also has the summer units on it, specifically Summer Rivi and Summer Rosetta. Summer Rosetta and this Rosetta, if I'm not mistaken, actually, wait, they can stack. I was going to say they can't stack, but they actually can. If you do wind up getting both of them, they're not really made to work with each other because one's more of a mono dark support. But if you are brand new and you're just starting playing the game, it wouldn't be bad to run them both on the team because there's still 2 archgeners. Just know you're not going to be getting too much from the Summer Rosetta, apart from just like the demon allies damage and the arch generation plus the magic res on the true art. As for Summer Rivi, she's just kind of a fun little unit to mess around with. Big nukes, defense ignore character, very good damage dealer, so that's kind of nice. But these characters haven't came around too often, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't have them, so the banner is very valuable in that department. Like, I don't have Dark Rosetta, I'm pretty sure, or Summer Rivi. I'm 80% sure, 75% sure I don't have these units. I have to check whenever the banner comes out tomorrow, but 80% sure. Actually, I might be 50% to be honest. But yeah, absolutely worth the AUG summon, absolutely worth the multi-summon at least, and trying to get her. Also, she's going to be getting a new SP art. Don't know what that looks like. I don't even think that's on JP. So it's going to be new SP art, which hopefully it looks pretty cool. Hoping, fingers crossed, it's a real nice art. I feel like they could do some crazy stuff with her design and everything. Maybe some crazy water effects, some ice effects. I don't know. The only reason I would say that you skip this banner, don't go too far in, is that if you don't have a lot of AUG to like kind of hopefully get her within a few AUG summons, or if you're just trying to save everything for Simon, because whenever Simon does eventually come out, he will have an AUG banner since he is a GS character. So if you wanted to save all your AUG for Simon, completely understandable. He's probably going to be absolutely broken, and more than likely this Rosetta will eventually come back. I just think this character is such a good overall support unit. You really can't pass her up. Another reason too would just be if you wanted to save for solo leveling. I think we have like a week left, 2 weeks left, something like that, of Touhou. As soon as Touhou ends, solo leveling is going to be coming out to the game. So if you want to save for Jinnu, Crystal Wise, and all that, absolutely, do you. But I'm going to be summoning tomorrow when this banner goes live. I'll probably make a video out of it, might not, but we might just do a video plus showcase depending on if I get her or not. But I'm just going to be using like my 50 pool, and then I'm going to also be doing my AUG summon as well, hoping that I can walk away with her, because if I can, then ooh, Lord Jesus, I cannot wait to just run around with this character and do crazy work. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been your boy P. Like I said before, If you don't know what Archon types are, click on this video right here. I'll meet you over there and tell you all about them. But before you click on it, don't forget to drink water.